Well, what a difference a day makes, eh? These have been in the ground now, this lot 10 days and this lot 5 days. Although the seeds were planted 2 weeks apart, so I'm expecting the growth to be 2 weeks behind at this end. Considering all my cucumbers got eaten before they even got their true leaves, this is a real boost for me to actually see that I'm going to get 8 cucumber plants all fruiting. Tomatoes in the ground, doing extremely well. I mean, these have only had bloodfish and bone in the soil and a couple of feeds of seaweed mix, so they're doing quite well considering. I'm really getting close to chopping this down now. This is my gooseberry. Somebody was asking what it was. It's a gooseberry. I'm not even sure which variety it is, whether it's the green ones or the orange ones. It's hard to tell when they go through, isn't it? So, as I said before, no flowers, no fruit, so a bit of a wasted season for this one. But you know, I inherited it, it came with the plot, so I've not lost anything. Just a bit disappointing that it didn't actually come to anything. Rhubarb's got more fruit ready to harvest, in fact quite a lot more. It's such a pain getting at it with all this bramble through it. I ripped myself to shreds the last time. I've got marks in my arms to prove it. The sunflowers, well, this one is still looking dead. I can't see that recovering, to be honest. Whereas this one, this is the one that was cutting itself on the cable tie. I moved the cable tie further up and made it loose, and it seems to have recovered. And again, that's got a flower head on it. This is the one I planted out last week. It's doubled in size already. And this one here seems to be getting itself wrapped in bindweed, so I'm not sure about this. No, it's not. It's actually part of the plant. Must be a different type of sunflower, because I was thinking there that we were getting wrapped, but it's actually coming out of the stalk. So something had a good chew at it, that's for sure. And I have got slug pellets down, so not sure why they're getting past there. This one's done really well. I think it's reached its maximum height now of about 3'6", I would say. So just over 1 metre tall. It's starting to drop down, so I can't see that getting any taller now. It's got lots of little side shoots coming off. I've never grown them before. Do we pluck the side shoots or do we let them grow? Somebody let me know, please. Just put it in the comments below. Thank you. Right, over here, despite hoeing it, weeds are all coming back again. But I'm happy to say that I've also got seeds coming through as well. There and there. And my brassicas I've picked up from 2 leaves, 2 nice bunch of leaves. Somehow we managed to get a dock in the middle there. I don't remember planting that one, but the lettuces are coming along nicely. They should start tightening up now, a bit like that. Different types of lettuce. I've got cos, little gem, and I can't remember what the other one is. I'm sure it will come to me sooner or later. Spring onions ready for pulling. They'll go with a nice salad. I've got a couple more little baby beetroots, and I have to say I had some at the weekend and they were gorgeous. Best tasting beetroots I've had for years. These are boltardy, and I was recommended them. I did grow them last year, but they didn't come to anything bigger than a marble. But this year they seem to be growing nicely. And you can see there's a nice one ready for plucking there. yeah, so somebody told me you can cook the tops as well. Can somebody confirm that? I've never eaten beetroot tops, so what are they like? Are they a bit like cabbage or what? Be grateful if somebody could tell me. Thank you. Right, I've been around and watered everything because, well, to be frank, everything was shrivelling up. We haven't had a lot of sun in the last couple of days, but we've certainly not had much rain. But these potatoes here are coming along nicely. These are going to be my lates. As you can see, I haven't got masses of potatoes because, well, you know, I'm only feeding 1 to 3 depending. So there's no point in me having tons of the things. They'll end up only going to seed. But I do love tomatoes, so I'm looking forward to getting a nice crop from here. Some side shoots need pulling here. Right, now these are my main crop over here, the Sapomira, and they're looking quite healthy apart from the fact that the bays here are infested with weeds. So let's have a little walk down and see what we can pull out. Oh, there's one there that doesn't need to be there, isn't it? Oh, bit of bramble growing through here, but look at all these weeds coming through. Don't need them, really don't need them. Look at this, one plant and it's got all that growth on it. Oh, silly things. Oh, that's it. Got to get them out by the roots. You think they're in one place, but they're actually rooted somewhere else. Amazing things. You know, you got all this trouble putting expensive compost and, you know, fertilizers for your spuds, yet these things will grow anywhere with or without the fertilizer. The potatoes in there, my marquees, they looked a bit dry this morning. Every single one of these pots today has had about half a gallon of water, and also I put some seaweed food in there as well to just give them some body. I did pull one bucket last week, that's where that gap is. It was still a little bit tiny, so I'm going to give them another week, so that'll be 2 weeks since the last one. Hopefully there'll be some better sized potatoes to harvest. Anyway, I'm going to switch off now and get rid of all these weeds. Pride and joy, still going strong. All those little plants I put in the other day all seem to have rooted, and we've got some colour coming in there. Nice little pink over the back there. And still got some in there. Yep. Look. It's everywhere. Let's have the bindweed out. I think I've got it now. Yeah, it was pretty nasty. It sort of squashed it. This cosmos here, it's over 2 foot tall here, as is this one. And it's still got a beautiful flower on it, and 2 more about to open. I saw a couple of bees buzzing around that a little while ago. That's a good sign. Look at that. In there. Some really pretty flowers coming out now. There's one of the little baby cosmos plants. That's the one that was about to open in the greenhouse last week. Transplanted it into the soil. It seems to have taken well. There's another one about to open. That looks like a marigold. It really is a marigold, not a tomato. And everything's coming up. I think it's good news. otherwise that's a mess of stuff. Well, I should reckon there'll be some fruit setting on that shortly. My Maritomato, and more cosmos in bud. So it's going to be some real colour around here in the next few days. Not to say there isn't already. Some of it's hiding, but it's all there. Everything's starting to spread the way it should, and hopefully that will give me some shelter for my frogs when I get them, my guard frogs, and they'll look after my crops. Over here, not much activity apart from the fact that the pea plants are growing taller now that they're not getting eaten. I've just grabbed half a dozen pods. That's all there was that was ripe. There's a few more forming, and I should reckon that probably by the end of the week there'll be another half dozen or more to take home. They won't train themselves up the pole, they tend to wander across the rest of the garden. And look, beans are actually forming, not being eaten by the snails and the slugs. And I've just seen a couple of ladybirds on the plot, which is good. That'll keep down the aphids. And here I appear to have a bean threading its way. There it is, that's that plant there, threading its way up the corn, which is good because the corn will grow nice and straight and strong, and the bean will have something to hold on to. I don't think it's going to be long before I've got fruit on these corn. There's two types there, the Swift, but I can't remember what the other one is. Both hybrid F1s. Somebody suggested that having them so close together might not give the best crops. I'm not sure. I always thought corn and corn pollinated each other. And down here, I've never tasted these, but I'm looking forward to my first harvest of them. Purple podded peas. There's loads of them coming on. There's plenty of fruit here, look. Not ready to pick yet. There's another couple of purple podded pea plants around. I didn't realise they had different coloured flowers to the other peas. There's one there, look. So a purple podded pea, can't get it in the picture. There it is. Nice one. Well, as I say, I grabbed half a dozen pea pods plus a few strawberries. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm freezing my strawberries until I've got a big enough crop to make a good batch of jam. There's no point making it in bits and pieces. Let's do the whole thing in one go and actually have some real proper jam. Now, this is Merv's greenhouse. Look at the size of them tomatoes. These are coming along really well. He's got some changing colour down here. Plenty on every truss. And he stripped all the leaves below the first truss, which seems to be doing the world of good for the rest of them, because they're all growing well. Me, well, mine don't look quite so pretty. I've been going round this morning. Again, I'm just keeping this wet to hopefully grab some seed. This is interesting. We've got lavender coloured or pink and white coloured flowers on some and white flowers on the other, and they're all from the same seed packet, so I'm waiting to see what they are. But I'm going to gather seeds off them when they eventually produce any. More cosmos, still working on a place to put them out, and those carrots have really come along a long way now. So I notice there's no slug or snail activity here this week, which is good. As I say, Merv's tomatoes a long way ahead of mine. I mean, I have got fruit on them. If you look at the back here, you know, but these are quite small and quite immature compared to the ones on Murph's tomato plants. I've been taking a leaf from his book and cutting back the foliage below the first truss. These ones dried out again yesterday. I can see why, because I'm standing in the greenhouse now and the temperature must have gone up 15 degrees. I'm absolutely melting, sweat's pouring off the end of my nose. So I did give more good watering this morning, same with the sunflower and the corn here. I'm wondering whether I should put those sweet corn in a different part of the garden, you know, just to put them in a block. There's 5 plants here, so if I just put a block of 5, it might just give me what I'm looking for. Right, my next task, because I've not got anything seeding on this side of the greenhouse now, I'm going to clear out these panes and these pots, clear the ground, get rid of that bindweed, and then put a couple of growing bags down here and get some other stuff going. I'm not having much luck with my carrots. Really, I had some good carrots last year, but this year it's just like 1 or 2 in each pot, each bucket. In fact, I've got 2 buckets, I haven't even got a single seedling in them. So I'm going to start again with some late ones. Here is the biggest carrot of the lot. I don't think it's ready for taking out yet, so I'll leave it in there for another couple of weeks. But oh dearie me, you know, I'm very disappointed with my carrots. Go out and buy a bag of sand this week and get on with it. Now, if we go into the shed, because I want to go into the shed and have a cuppa in a second, we'll have a look at what's developing in here. Now, my lupin is coming along well. As I say, it's the only one. A whole packet of seeds and you get 1 lupin out of it. I did have 2, there's a couple more tomatoes I got there. Tomatoes? Sorry, those other things, strawberries. My watermelons got their true leaves on them now. That's what's going into the growing bags in the greenhouse. So I've taken the covers off to give them a bit of water. I'll be putting the covers back on them again just now. So I'll catch you later.